Awesome. So this week is all about data structures. We did a lot of learning about object-oriented programming last week, and some of that will come into play. Most of what we have here for data structures, we're trying to sort of stay focused on the concepts, but you will see that you will be using like simple classes to implement some of these data structures. And we're going to cover a couple different things this week. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about how computer memory works, which is going to lead to us talking a little bit about sort of the simplest of all data structures, an array. And then that will lead into talking about complexity analysis, also known as Big O. Tomorrow we'll talk a little bit about recursion, then stacks and queues, then this data structure trees and binary search. And then on Friday, we're going to learn sort of how to tackle whiteboarding problems for technical interviews. And these techniques will actually help with your general programming as well. And my apologies in advance. I'm just going to be taking lots of little short pauses today to sip tea and stuff like that. So this module is a little less directly focused on skills that you use to build your personal projects and group projects, which I would say is really learning like software engineering or software development. Data structures like is normally, excuse me, like a 1 semester course in computer science. So really the question is like, why are we learning it? Some of these concepts are really fundamental. So just understanding how programs work, like recursion. And some of these other data structures are also pretty fundamental. And the analogy I like to use is I go to my doctor, and my doctor isn't going to be like doing like gene splicing on me, but I want them to know how like DNA works, more or less. What is also really relevant is that the way that technical interviews work, for a long time, the programming problems were to a large degree data structures, though now it's shifted, but they still show up sometimes. So this knowledge is pretty core for technical interviews. And even if we're not directly applying data structures, we see similar sort of patterns pop up in the programs that we will write. Excuse me. So again, our goals here is to gain like a basic understanding of data structures and complexity analysis. You all will definitely probably want to continue in this after graduation to understand the basics of recursion and also some basic complexity analysis. And let's take let's let's take a 5-minute break, both because we have the lecture coming up and also so I can get some tea because I am totally losing my voice.